Well, here I am out here at our local lake. I just brought out my Concept Z reel that I just got. Want to test it out. This is it right here. Concept Z, as you can see. Seems supposed to be a new zero bearing reel. It uses some space age polymer type of bushing, and supposedly this thing casts like you wouldn't believe. It really has a smooth retrieve to it. As far as when you crank it, it's really butter smooth. I put the rod on the reel on the new rod. I just got a Pedigree 2 Cast King, I believe it is. Pretty nice rod, 7.5 foot Cast King, as you can see. We're gonna try it out and see how it does. What it is, it's got this lever on the side though. As far as you want to adjust the it pops open, and here you have where you can adjust the centrifugal clutch that's inside of it. Right now I have it set on 3 and we're going to see how it does. I'm going to attach one of my favorite trout lures on here, because that's what I'm going to be fishing with, and see what happens. Now I do have a combination where I've got 20-pound test Power Pro braid on the spooled on the reel right now, but I put about a 3-foot leader on here that's Yuzuri 15-pound test. It's a hybrid fluorocarbon. It's one of my favorite trout lures right here. I'm gonna put on here. That's what I'm gonna be fishing with this weekend for trout that they stock here in different lakes throughout the state. I always go, that's usually the first trip of the year after the winter that I go fishing, and that kind of starts the season for me. Well, we'll see what happens here. Now granted, I'm not a experienced bait caster, but wow, that was pretty impressive for the first cast. I don't even think I've got any of my other regular ball bearing bait casters to cast that far, even after tweaking every setting I had on it. I can imagine when I get used to this thing and I can have that clutch set to 0, how far this thing is gonna go. Wow, it's out there. Believe me, it's out there. And I'm not even really whipping it either. But it's butter smooth. The crank is just super smooth. I meant to check. I don't know right offhand what the gear ratio is on it. I think it's somewhere around 7, if I'm not mistaken. But this is only I believe a 1/4 ounce lure, I want to say. Wow, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I'm impressed already with this thing. Super smooth. because of me. Like I said, I'm not an experienced bait caster, but only a little bit of a loose loop in there I want to make sure I get out. There it is, right there, if you can see it. I want to make sure I get that out. Don't want any knots in this braid, that's for sure. I think I got it. Yep, that was it. Wow, she's butter smooth, I tell you that much. Wow, I'm telling you, this thing is getting out there. It is getting out there. Our local pesky Canadian geese. Wow. She's getting out there. Well, my first impressions is this baby here is something else. Like I said, it's butter smooth. I think I'm gonna try backing off another notch and hope that I don't bird nest up. Let's see what happens when I do. I take that and switch it. Let's see, we're on 3 right now. Let's try turning this bad boy to 2. There we go. See what happens with that. Quite easy to adjust that, as you can see. Whoa, yeah. Yes, sir. I'm totally stoked with this reel right now. And like I said, I'm not even trying to whip it really hard. I want to get used to it. Wow. That time it really sailed out there. Man, I know my brother would be in 7th heaven with this. When I send him this video, all right, Gerald, I think you better get one of these. I don't think you'll go wrong. Like I said, they're a little pricey in terms of, you know, well, not in terms of, there are other reels out there cost quite a bit more than this. But this thing, for what I'm seeing right now, is worth every penny. Worth every penny. And like I said, this is a relatively light lure. I can imagine if I had a bit more weight on here, how I'd be able to launch this puppy. I don't even see where it didn't even see that land. I'm really impressed. Yep, Concept Z by 13 Fish. 13 Fishing. I'm stoked. I am totally stoked. This thing is getting out there, buddy. Believe you me, it's getting out there. Woo-wee! Yeah. I'm really impressed. Man, it's gonna make me look like a pro out there with this thing. No bird's nest, no nothing. Take that back. Oh my goodness. This thing casts like a monster. All right, well, I'll get back to you with some more points when I get back, and I'll show you a little bit more with the reel as far as with the spool in the inside, and I'll probably do a short video and show you this space age polymer bearing or bushing that they use inside of this. But this thing, it's doing exactly what they said it could do. So I've got no complaints whatsoever. None whatsoever.